Hello, everyone, and good evening. Welcome to Reality Hour. I'm Adam Samuel, and we're back. American Idol, season 19 / season 4? I don't think we're counting it.
Season 19.
Yeah, at long last. I am so excited to be recapping this season. This is my favorite show of the ones that we talk about here. And joining me for the podcast is my co-host, Eric. How you doing today, Eric?
I am doing good overall for an episode of Idol that's getting a lot of attention for all the wrong reasons. It was a decent episode.
And also the lovely newest edition, the best new edition. Well, you're both the best, but Grace, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you. Happy that Idol is back. Happy that I was off today. Yeah, everything's going okay.
Yeah, and here we are, season 19. Wow, this is like the 10-year season that since I've officially been watching this show for 10 years. I guess I started when I was 15 in season 9, and wow.
And you kept watching after season 9, which shows how much of a diehard fan you are.
I started during the live shows. I started watching like Top 12 week, and I still love it. Like, say what you want, but I loved Siobhan Magnus, Lita Wise, Crystal Bowersox.
You loved Lita Wise or you liked Lita Wise? There's a big difference.
I was 15. I was a kid. Anyway, but we are here for season 19. Yeah, premiere episode. Honestly, in my opinion, I don't think it was the best episode. I think we only saw in total like 8 golden tickets. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Something
I
like
think
that.
that's a number.
Yeah, but overall, what did you think about the episode, Grace? What did you think?
I thought it was a decent premiere. It did feel a little bit strange because this is COVID season round 2. But Bobby Bones was only in this episode for like 5 seconds, so that is a win in my book.
Didn't he not know if he was going to be in the season at this point?
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking because we were going to have to deal this whole audition period without him. But then they showed him later on in the episode, but it was like from Hollywood, so I guess he was doing his National Geographic show that I don't plan on watching.
What about you, Eric? What did you think of the premiere?
Well, right when I watched it, I would have given it like a B. I would have given it a B plus had there not been one person in particular, but we'll get there.
Well, in my opinion, I am ready to get invested in this season for one big reason, and that is the fact that there are no spoilers. No, there are no spoilers. Oh, God, Eric. Starting already. No, but there's no spoilers. We have absolutely no idea who is in the top 24, and it's made this season so far a lot more fun to watch. I don't know if you guys share the same vibe, but like,
I never read the spoilers.
What about you, Eric?
I spoiled it for myself last season. I spoiled one of them for Adam last season, so it's a little disappointing not to be able to do that. But we'll get through it. I'm sure there'll be one person who's not going to make my top 24. I'm going to be really pissed about it, but I'll get over it.
Well, like I said, for me, I don't know what's going to happen, so that makes it a lot more fun. I feel like it's the less you know going in, as much as it's like cocaine. You kind of want to watch what's going to happen. That didn't make sense.
We have an early contender for episode title. It's like cocaine.
I've never tried
cocaine. Watching this.
I've never tried cocaine in my life. That was a joke. What I was trying to say is it's like an addiction where once the spoilers are out, you kind of are just drawn to it, even if Eric has to tell you it sometimes. But, it's like you're drawn to it. That was a really bad metaphor. And anyway, yeah.
Great start, Adam. Let's dive into our first contestant, shall we?
Yeah, let's so we're gonna do our deep dive section of the episode, and not a lot of contestants. Like I said, very for a 2-hour show, like not that many, but
they spent more time on everyone. That's what they did.
Yeah, each contestant, we got like anywhere from 5 to 9 minutes. It was a lot more.
I don't really mind that as much. I'd rather hear more about the contestants than like have useless judges and Ryan filler.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, what I liked that we got longer performances from some of the better ones. We'll get to her at the end for one that I really liked, but I liked the fact that if someone did sing well, they let them go on longer. I remember of the old days, Viola. The one thing I didn't like about the audition rounds was that they only sang for 30 seconds when Simon raised his stupid fucking hand and shut him up. And I'm like, oh no, don't stop them. I want to hear more of them. They're good, actually. So,
well, the first one kicking off the episode is a contestant who was featured pretty heavily in the like trailer commercials, like lead up to the season. Benson Boone. He is 18 years old. He is a TikTok boy, but not as bad as Thomas Day from AGT. I actually kind of enjoyed Benson. He performed a Punchline by Aiden Martin, which I found out about 7 minutes ago was a contestant on The X Factor. Yep. So
he made it. The judges have this at no further. He did not even make live shows on X Factor.
Was he good?
I don't remember him at all, so I have no comment.
He sang this song as his audition song on the X Factor.
An original? He's saying it isn't.
Yeah.
Is it a cover? It's not a cover? Wow. Yeah. Wow, that's really impressive.
Who had the boys that year?
I think he was over, actually. I think Nicole was the one who sent him home.
Oh, that's why I don't remember that season. I blocked it out intentionally.
Do you like the song?
I like the song. I liked it at the time when he sang it on X Factor. I think I liked Aiden. I remember I was disappointed that he didn't make it live shows. I was surprised, at least. My opinion, Benson's voice isn't bad, but he doesn't know quite what to do with it yet for me. I think he's going to go far because he's cute, not because he's amazing. And that's kind of sad.
What about you, Grace? What do you think?
I think he definitely has live show prospects. I think people will like him. His diction was a little bit like wonky for my taste, but I mean, Katie said he can win. I think it's too early to say. Not last season, but the other two that have been on ABC, I called the winner in the auditions. I'm not ready to call it just yet, but I don't know. Can you do a backflip after every performance? Because that was so fun.
What?
After he got his golden ticket, he did a backflip.
Okay. Good for him.
Well, here are my thoughts on Benson. Benson is like, when you think of TikTok stars, like, what do you think? You think looks and a cover vocalist. And that's what I think Benson really is. It's all cover material. I'm not seeing much originality. You know what I mean? Like, he's a good cover artist, but I feel like where do we go from here? I feel
like I have seen a lot of people like him on these shows now that you mention it.
Yeah, like he's perfectly fine, but I feel like as an American Idol contestant, I don't know how versatile he might be.
You know who he reminds me of?
Thomas Day.
Louis Knight.
Wow.
What's the difference?
There is none. They're both there for their looks, and they're just okay singers. And the judges are hyping them like crazy.
All right. Well, one thing I kind of want to add a little late, but since we don't know the spoilers, after we talk about a contestant, I feel like we should go around yay or nay to top 24, top
whatever
20.
it is.
Well, this one's easy. He's obviously a top 24.
I think he's going to
I'm going to say he's top 24 too. I think he's top 24. I think he's also
has the first audition of the season ever not made top 24?
David Leathers Jr. 11.
What?
David Leathers Jr. 11. Clark made it. He was up first.
I'm talking about on the ABC Idol. How long has it been?
On the ABC Idol. Who was last season?
I know it was Katie Turner the first season on ABC.
Yeah, it was Katie Turner the first.
I don't know what the other two were.
Single out for her on Friday, by the way. I'm very excited for that. But anyway, who was it on season 7?
On The Voice, they always make it, but that's The Voice.
On X Factor, they always make it as well. I'm assuming he's gonna make it.
All right.
It's pretty easy to guess that he's gonna make the top 24.
Yeah, he is, like you said, Louis Knight. I feel like he's gonna fit that role. I feel like of that archetype, the best we've ever gotten was Colton Dixon.
Colton Dixon's very different from that archetype.
Is he? Like I get like for our perspective, but from like a producer's perspective, I feel like they're kind of the same archetype. But like for us, we see it differently. What?
No, Colton Dixon was older and less cute.
He was way talented. He was really good.
It wasn't about the talent.
All right. Well, up next, we got Alex Miller doing I'm Over You. He's a high school student. There was something about bony fingers that was just very confusing to me. And he is Country Boy.
It was your Country Boy audition. We see it every year. We've seen it on that other show like 20 times.
Complete with shtick. It's pretty run-of-the-mill, straightforward. There's one every season. Every year. They just pop up.
It's like they're farmed it's like they're created in a factory, basically, and you can go.
I've said that before. Like every archetype, there's like the girl on HET. There's the girl opera singer. There's this.
Seems the most similar each season.
It's casting.
But
this is the archetype where the machine has gotten really good at making the same thing over and over again. There's not a lot of errors in the production line.
Right.
But the thing is, I don't even think he was like of this archetype. I think like who is the cream of the crop of this archetype? And the only ones I can think of are Scotty McCreery.
And you can stop there. He's the cream of the crop of this archetype.
And I was about to say, and I think that's it. Like, I know a lot of them on like The Voice, X Factor, like they're weird names that Jake Worthington. I just remember he was like, I just remember weird. Like
he might have come in second, but that does not put him in that elite category.
No, I was just saying, like, I remember, like, there's just so many names of these. There's Caleb, like, there's a lot of them. And I don't think he is the cream of the crop, like I said. You got Scotty. And I guess Casey from American Idol 9 went country, kind of, but I don't think he counts.
No, he doesn't. He's a very different kind of country.
Well, what did you guys think of Alex?
For me, it was just entirely too country, and I never liked this sort of thing. I feel like if he were to make the top 24, that would be it for him.
You optimist, you.
I disagree.
I always worry about the country singers going way further than they should. Dylan James last year, I think, made top 5, and he didn't deserve to. But I could go on. This type of country music, as we've established on plenty of Reality Hour episodes in the past, is not my thing at all.
Neither. It's not mine either.
Well, that's unfortunate. We added someone new to the show, and she doesn't counteract any of our biases. So that's unfortunate.
No.
We need to. All right. So here's my prediction. I don't think Alex is top 24. I think here's how I think this is going to happen. This is my prediction. At the top 40 cut, top 40 to top 24, they're going to bring him and one other country boy as like, they're going to sit them both together and they're going to say, we're going to pick one of you. I already think I know who that other country boy might be, just off a hunch. Returning contestant. I don't know if you heard the name Ethan. Well, what was his name? That was a mistake. You could edit that out.
No,
you know what I meant. That was what he said. That was his name, right? You know who I'm talking about.
I'm sure I'm assuming you pronounced it wrong. I'm hoping you pronounced it wrong.
That's embarrassing. Anyway,
I predict Green Mile.
I think he's cut Green Mile.
I can see that happening too.
What about you, Eric? Where do you think?
Only because he was between two acts that I'm confident are gonna make it. I think he might get cut in top 20. I don't think he's gonna make top 24 just because of where they put him in the episode.
All right. Well,
they don't like to have too many top 24 acts in a row usually.
Yeah, it's usually like I usually feel there's 3 or 4 an episode. Right? Kind of. No?
Yeah, right.
All right. Well, we move on to Jason Warrior performing What's Going On by Marvin Gaye. The first time we've ever had like another show where they actually, I think the first time when they acknowledged another singing show, Am I correct?
And this time it wasn't even the whole story because they mentioned that he was on the 4, but he was on The Voice too.
So the only reason they were allowed to mention before is because that show is never coming back. And because it's gone and hopefully will never come back, it's no longer verboten to discuss it on American Idol because it's no longer competition. I think despite what we know from his past on the 4 and how there might be some personality issues, he has a really good voice, and I really enjoyed this audition, actually.
During one of the commercial breaks, I actually watched him going to confront Megan when he was on the 4. And as far as contestants mouthing off the judges, that was like a 3 out of 10. Like, it really, yeah, they had to get security involved, but it really wasn't that bad. Like, it didn't get heated or anything.
I mean,
what happened?
Well,
I didn't see it.
What 4 was all about manufacturing that type of thing with college and eat, and it was such a terrible. The one saving grace of that show is that James Graham won the second season. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Was that the show with like the rapper girl who got really popular?
Yes, and she lost to James Graham.
Oh.
Yeah, I know him. I know Rebecca Black.
Ooh,
and there were a couple contestants like Allie Caldwell, who I really liked on The Voice. Christina Perry, who was on X Factor Australia, who I really liked, and she got cut the first round.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
Yep.
Well, do you guys think Jason top 24?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Hopefully this goes better than his other 2 shows did. Because, like, he's limped through The Voice, pretty much.
I feel like we got to keep a tally of this, like who our predicted like top 24 is, and then we can see how right or wrong we are. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I think he's also top 24 because the story's there. I feel like the voice is there. I think he's kind of someone the producers might try to push because he's really been featured in the promos. Yeah, I think Jason Warrior's a top 24 contestant.
Yeah, I mean, he made it to the live playoffs when he was on The Voice, and I don't think, other than Robert Taylor from last season or the year before, every contestant who made the top 20 on The Voice, if they go on this show, they've at least made it that far.
Eric, any thoughts? Other thoughts on Jason?
Not really. I mean, I did like his audition. He was one of my 3 favorites of the night. So,
all right. Well, after a montage of no's, we'll just skip right to. Do you want to talk about Elton John, boy, or you want to keep going?
One thing I do want to say though is if Katy Perry's going to buy a jacket off of me, she's going to have to offer me way more than $400.
Yeah, that's like worth. That's what you got to get like a good 1,000 there. You got to, Yeah,
really.
Yeah, let's skip that. Let's just go to Annalie.
All right, Annalie List. I love this audition personally because we got a James Durbin shout out. She is 20 years old. She sang "Blue" by Aaron Taylor. I've never heard this song. Have either of you?
No.
No.
All right. So she has Tourette's, and she talks about James Durbin, who I loved from American Idol 10. And yeah, not only that, pretty solid voice, I thought. What did you guys think?
I will open and say that I was really happy to see Durbin on Idol make a guest appearance right when his new album just came out. Perfect timing on that. His new album, by the way, is the album he should have released a decade ago. It's the best album he's put out so far by a mile. And I was really happy to see like a great example of an audition about someone who had a disability. It wasn't perfect, but it was a lot better than it could have been. This was I think as close as we're going to get to a positive representation on Idol. And her voice is good. Parts sounded slightly weak. It did get better as it went on. Overall, I do like her, and I hope she does well.
I agree. For me, the movements, like she's like doing a bunch of weird stuff with her hands. For me, that was just a little bit too much. I do like her vibe. I don't think she'll necessarily win or even come close, but
I don't think so either.
No, but I hope she does well because I do. Like
I hope she. I think she's a lock for top 24. I'm not sure she goes for her.
I didn't love how much the show was kind of like I don't know, they were doing a little bit too much with kind of like purposefully like showing those moments. I feel like I really wanted to focus on her voice and her, like, I felt like they were kind of,
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Again, it wasn't perfect, but it was better than it could have been. It wasn't Cody Lee levels of manipulation.
Oh God!
But
no.
Otherwise, the voice itself, I think she was maybe one of my 3 favorite of the episode. I don't know about you guys, but I think she was the best. I don't think I have a favorite from this episode, like that I could really root for yet. But she was good. Like I would give her like a B+.
Yeah,
she's number 3 or number 4 for me. I'm not sure which, but
she was in my upper half too.
But is she in the top 24? I'm going to start this off. I'm going to say no. I don't think so. I
think it's a coin flip. Actually, now that I think about it more.
Yeah, I feel like
she has a chance, but I'm not positive.
I'm in the same boat.
Because they can't all make it. I mean,
I mean, how many audition episodes are there this season? Is a question.
Probably 5 or
I don't know.
All right. Do you guys want to talk about Danica Stakely, or you want to move straight on
to talk about her dad?
I don't want to talk about it because I hated that drama. I mean, she's not terrible. It wasn't special. But the thing about her dad and just focusing on that just rubbed me the wrong way. It's one of the things I hate most about Idol. Is when they have these irrelevant stories that aren't about the contestants, about someone else from their family or something like that. It just bugs me. But
she handled it really well. So kudos to her for that. Because me at 17 getting cut from the show, I'd probably be bawling in the hallway.
All right. Well, we move on. DJ.
But if she does audition for The Voice, she'd probably get no chairs unless she waits until she's 18 and her dad doesn't have to be with her.
DJ Johnson up next, performing Scars, an original song. She's 18 years old. She has her whole backstory with her mother. Yeah, what did you guys think of DJ Johnson?
I think there is 2 camps for her. One is the song, and the other is the voice. I thought the song was great, actually. I really did like the song. Mm-hmm. Her voice was underwhelming to me, but I wasn't sure if it was because of the emotion that she was clearly feeling when she was singing. I kind of want to see more before I really form a real opinion of her. So
I'm actually with you on that. I did like the audition. I don't know how I felt about Lionel giving her a hanky. I hope that wasn't used because, I mean, we're in the middle of a pandemic. Like,
right.
But no, I mean, it was good. The emotion was a bit much, but I kind of understand it in this case.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kind of hoping that she doesn't completely fall apart in Hollywood, but I get the sense that could very well happen.
It could go either way for her, but
yeah,
I have a feeling I think she's top 24 personally.
I think she was good. This is the thing that I don't like about the show. I don't like that it is so much about the story because I've like watched these shows so much. I've gotten like a little bit of a cynical side to like whenever these are shown. It's very much for the show, and all I could think is like this is the moment the producers want us to like be very invested. And as a result, I felt like the opposite. I was like, it felt like manipulative. You know what I mean? This is nothing against her. This is against the show.
We just care about at all, and you know that.
What?
We'll get to the moment the producers care about in a few.
But yeah, like for me, this is nothing against her. This is against more the show. It just felt too manipulative, like what they were kind of going for. But she seems like a lovely girl. She's a solid singer. Personally, I don't think she's top 24. I think she's a casualty of final round of Hollywood Week or top 40.
Could be.
Yeah.
Actually, now that I think about it, you're probably right.
I definitely don't think she's top 10.
Oh, she's definitely not top 10.
It's top 24, I thought.
24 is by the skin of her teeth, but
I know, but the judges like to say top 10, which, by the way, they did not in this episode at all.
Oh, thank God.
So maybe we should take a hint.
I'm going to make a confession now. I'm so sick of these judges that I actually fast-forwarded through them.
They weren't that bad this week.
One of them did one thing right. I'll say that, and we'll get to that in a couple minutes.
Well, next up we have Nia Renee, 17-year-old high school student performing Chain of Fools. There were a lot of
teenagers in this episode.
Yeah.
There were a lot of teenagers on ABC Idol, period. So
there were a lot on the last season on Fox, too. So I'm just like, and then the 2 oldest contestants in the top 10 were the final 2, so it backfired.
Yep.
And she's Nia's performing Chain of Fools by Aretha Franklin.
So I loved it. This song.
I loved it. I thought this girl was really good. She was in my top 3 for the night.
What do you think?
I really loved it.
I did like the audition. I kind of get the sense, though, that she's like one bad performance away from being a total mess. And I am like entirely sick of this song, but she was good, so I can't complain about her going to Hollywood because she deserves to. Plus, she looks and sounds older than 17, so I like that too.
Okay, here's my take. She's obviously really talented. It is not my thing. For some reason, her tone grated on me, and I don't know what it is. But I can't deny that she deserves to make it through. It's just not my thing.
So, top 24, guys, what do you think?
Yes.
Maybe. If she's smart about her song choices, then yes. If not, like I know we haven't had Hit 'Em Up style in the group rounds in a while, which I kind of miss.
Oh God, don't.
But if she ends up in a group that sings that song, she's doomed.
Well, most groups who sing that song are doomed.
We haven't had it since ABC Idol. I'm like, it is not the group rounds if we don't get Hit 'Em Up style or some corny 60s girl group song.
Correct.
And we haven't had that, and I miss it.
I don't, but you're all right.
All right, let's talk about the woman of the hour, shall we?
Well, wait, I think she is top 24, personally. I think Nia Renee is. But that also begs the question, like, 1, 2, 3, 4 contestants already? I feel like I'm probably wrong about at least 1 or 2.
Episode is possible, especially if there are only 5 audition episodes.
All right, well, we move on to who was clearly the star of the American Idol episode, Claudia Conway. She's a 16-year-old social media influencer. Can you believe that social media influencer is now like a career? Like that. This is where we're at.
My favorite SNL joke of the past 2 months was former social media influencer Donald Trump. That was the greatest line on SNL. But anyway, try not to be political. I actually don't want to talk about Claudia's family drama because, quite frankly, it annoys me, and I'm just, God, I feel bad for her from one perspective, but I don't from another perspective, and it's just such a mess. The whole situation is such a mess that I just don't like it, and I'm not happy that ABC is doing this. I am, and on one hand, I'm thankful that she's not better, because if she was actually really good, I'd be worried that she'd be in it till the very end. I don't think she makes it past Hollywood Week.
Oh, wait, not a chance.
Let's forget the story. Take all of that away. Just strip it down to the performance. What did you think of it just there? Like, without the drama, just the performance.
The second song was better than the first song, which is hilarious because, I mean, Love on the Brain, not a song you actually need talent to pull off. Just ask Rihanna.
Rihanna's talented. Shut up.
I mean, her voice, it's fine for the shower, but definitely not top 24 material.
Not in a million years. I think she's not terrible. She's not bad. She's not actively hurting my ears. But she also would not be here if there wasn't for the story. There's no
She wouldn't even have made it in front of the judges if not for the story.
Correct.
I'm going with group round.
She's not going to survive Hollywood. I know that
because
much,
I remember hearing that Bobby Bones said it was like interesting to work with her. So that means it's got to have been like a little bit of time.
That's the funniest thing Bobby Bones has ever said.
I think it was something like that.
If he meant it the way I'm hoping he meant it, that's a perfect word to describe it.
It's also like hilarious that she was the one that they used to promote He Who Must Not Be Named on this podcast.
Of course they did. Because, in case you haven't checked YouTube in the past hour, her audition has double the number of views of the second most.
I believe
I gotta check this.
This is what happens. Like, people are cast on these shows.
1.1 million views already.
Wow.
She is the Carol Baskin of this season, of this show.
500,000.
Wow.
So, yeah, she is this season's Carol Baskin type that is here just to pull in views and no other reason.
But you know what? Look, I love American Idol. I don't want to see it leave the airways, so whatever it takes.
Well, yeah, this is coming from the man who supported Carol Baskin.
You see, I'm torn on this one. I know the producers are getting exactly what they want. People are talking about the show again. I'm not sure this helps the show long term. Mm-hmm. I'm not.
It's like Sean Spicer on Dancing with the Stars.
Yes, but Sean Spicer... Here's the difference with
Grace is about to defend Sean Spicer, everyone.
I'm defending Dancing with the Stars because Dancing with the Stars, there is no pre-voting nonsense. Here on American Idol, there is, and there's an opportunity for Claudia Conway to get cut before all this crap happens. But with Sean Spicer and Bristol Palin and others, people that don't even watch Dancing with the Stars were voting for them just to spite everybody else, and it worked.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, it didn't work. They didn't win, but they made it further than they deserved to.
Okay.
But, like, if Claudia Conway gets cut in Hollywood, I think it's fine. And I think that's what's going to happen, or at least I hope
it's absolutely going to happen. I just don't think it's fine necessarily. I think it's still a problem. But anyway.
What if she makes it to top 24, though? Like,
she won't. She absolutely will not.
What if she does? But, like, what happens if she does? Because if I'm a producer, like, put on a producer's hat for the moment. If you see Claudia Conway, you're thinking, this girl needs to be here as long as we can hold on to her because she's doing numbers. So, you know, they could yada yada some so-so performances and just kind of focus on the good stuff. She doesn't
want that, but she's also not old enough to make her own opinions. So, who knows?
Anywho. I kind of want to move on and not talk about that family anymore. This isn't keeping up with the Conways. It's American Idol. So
let's end the episode on a high note. We got Grace.
I stole that from someone else, so it can't be the episode title. Sorry.
We don't want to talk about Model Boy?
Do you want to, Grace?
I watch Idol to see guys in their underwear. I watch Idol to see talent.
Grace.
I mean, I enjoy the beautiful men on these shows. But only if they're talented. I enjoy them more if they have talent, but I'll take what I can get at this point.
Well,
okay. And moving on.
We move on to the closing performance. Grace Kinsler performing Midnight Train to Georgia by Gladys Knight and Natural Woman by Aretha Franklin. She's 20 years old, a college. Wait, hold on. She's 20. Who's the oldest person on this episode? Was it her?
It was 18? Model Boy. Model Boy's 26.
The people that actually made it.
Oh, Jason's 25.
Oh no, Jason Warrior.
This episode was like chock full of children.
Yeah. Oh man. Anyway, yeah, definitely the highlight of the episode, in my opinion. One of them.
One of them?
Well, there was Nia. Like,
it's not even close for me. I think she's by far the best of this episode. I think this actually I think Natural Woman was the best audition we've had in 4 seasons of ABC Idol.
I liked Alejandro's.
False.
Grace Eric rebukes it.
I mean, actually, no. I take that back. Jeremiah's Almost Heaven was better, but it's in my top 5 auditions of ABC Idol easily. And She's really good. I mean,
Yes,
I saw that some people on MJ's blog weren't really feeling her, and I don't see that, honestly. I didn't see any of the issues they were talking about.
I
But
could see some people not warming up to her as much as we did.
I see it. I mean, I know that some people will have their different opinions. But personally, I think she's really, really good. Oh, Kathy Turner's in the comments. Hi.
Eric is right. We need to put the counter
Katie
up.
earlier. I think that Grace is really, really good. And I'm really hoping that what I liked most is that they let her sing basically a full minute 40 seconds of Natural Woman. So we got and the judges didn't talk over it. Best thing ever. So,
that is a good thing.
So that would have really pissed me off if they did. But anyway.
Oh yeah, totally.
I personally really liked it. I don't think it was like as great as Eric was saying, but it was definitely good. It was solid A minus for me. Grace is agree of one Grace is for two Graces. One Grace agrees with me.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good audition. Honestly, I was not excited about Natural Woman because I've heard it so many freaking times, and I think Aretha Franklin is the only person that I've ever heard sing it well in my life, but she sang it really well. So I was pretty happy about that.
Kelly Clarkson's performance of that song.
We don't say her name on this show anymore.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
I was here before you, so we can.
I don't know. I mean, when Luke
for the record,
said like this was like up there with the Kelly Clarkson auditions, I'm like, Kelly Clarkson's audition wasn't even shown the first time. So
yes, but and I also think that when the judges compare people to Kelly Clarkson at this stage, it's blasphemy. Even no matter how good Grace is, it's blasphemy. I think that Grace could prove herself to be good, but you can't say that after one performance.
Absolutely not.
And so I'm excited to see more, so we'll leave it with her. And that's
one
good.
thing though, I will say,
I'm excited that I'm excited about somebody.
My big thing was like I feel like her facial expressions were like non-existent. But
that's not a huge issue. I mean, we've had lots of singers on these shows who don't move their faces very much. And
I know, but it could deter people from her. But I think she's a lock for top 10. I don't think she can win. But
it didn't stop people from voting for Carrie Underwood. She had no facial expressions in season when she was on the show.
Yeah.
So she seemed like she grew a personality after the show, but she didn't have one.
But Carrie was also like eons better than everybody in the top 12, and it's too early to say whether or not Grace is going to be the same.
Yes, I agreed. I mean, Carrie was in a different league, so
I think we're all in agreement here. She's top 24 at least, right?
I think she's top 10.
Oh, she is. If she doesn't make the top 5, I will eat my computer.
That was my thing. That was my thing.
I know it was your thing. I'm stealing it from you. It's my thing now.
What did you guys think, by the way, about the judges? Were they less annoying, more annoying? Were they?
I didn't think about the judges, and it was fantastic not to think about them.
Well, that's because you were just watching YouTube videos and would skip over when they talked.
Correct.
But no,
that's the way to watch the show.
The episode didn't feel like it was all about the judges, which was like super duper nice.
Good. I'm glad that I have 2 people on this show who can watch the judges' comments so that I don't have to. I'm really happy about that.
I did find Katy Perry to be like her usual extra self. Like
the cow tipping thing was just like, girl, no.
I finally understood.
I will say I was shocked that Luke was the one that said no to Conway.
Luke is on fire. He replied to MJ's tweet. Did you see that?
No, I'm looking at it. I'm going to look at it now.
She was like saying something about someone, and he like called her out on it.
Island's like, if you follow me, we'll find out.
It was hilarious. I think I was like, whoa. It took someone mentioning it, I think on Reddit of all places, why Katy Perry was dressed as a cow. And once I found out, I was very horrified. And then I was like, I've had enough.
Anyway, so I told Grace this, or I don't know who I told about I wanted to do 3 quick superlatives at the end of this episode.
All right.
Least favorite moment, favorite contestant of the night.
Least favorite moment, and favorite contestant?
Yes.
Is that what it was?
Yes.
Okay. It's good, right?
No, I'm laughing at something else. George Conway tweeted during the show last night, everyone's tweeting about a sore loser dad.
Anyway.
I don't know.
I will say I like him. I like him a little bit at least. Don't like him a lot, but he is at least decent.
He's the lesser of two evils.
Yes.
He's not the one that his daughter is trying to emancipate herself from.
Correct. Anyway, my least favorite moment of the episode was Kellyanne Conway's face on screen. That's a pretty easy one. My favorite moment was James Durbin's face on screen. And my favorite contestant
was going to be mine. My least favorite moment was the cow tipping, because I just have questions. But my favorite moment was, I would say, James Durbin. Also, favorite contestant. What would I say? I'm going to say, like, pass on that, because I don't really have anyone that I'm specifically like
who is the best with tonight? This is so easy.
Grace.
It's so easy.
All right, Grace, you're up.
Okay, so my least favorite moment was the cow tipping segment, or actually no, my least favorite moment was when Claudia claimed on television that she loves her mother. No, you don't. People that love their moms don't try to emancipate themselves from them. Sorry, not falling for your BS.
I don't know.
No, my favorite moment was, I agree with Gil that they didn't overdo the sad stories this week. My favorite moment was...
I disagree with Gil. They overdid it with the one girl. Actually, like 2 or 3.
I know, but it didn't feel like I should be like holding Lionel Richie's hanky the whole episode.
Do you think she had to give that hanky back? Because I think that's got to be like worth some money on, eBay.
Not during a pandemic, it's not.
Maybe that increases its value.
I
don't know. Melinda Doolittle tweeted during the show that she finds the concepts of handkerchiefs gross, and I got to side with Melinda Doolittle on this one.
Oh, man.
Yep. Team Melinda.
Always. But no, my favorite audition was definitely Grace's audition. For sure.
Well, I'm glad that none of us are wrong this week. That's good.
So yeah, that's kind of the episode. Overall, like I said, I think the top 24 people are Grace, Nia, I'm sorry, Annalie, and Jason and Benson. That's like 6. That's too many.
No, it's 5. There's 5 at our top.
All right, I'm gonna cut it down to 3. I'm gonna say Benson.
You don't need
Grace. All right. What about you guys?
Even for 6 weeks of auditions, they need at least 1 week where 5 people make it through. Or for 5 weeks of auditions.
Grace, anything else from any other people you think should or shouldn't make the top 24?
I agree with you. I think Benson and Grace are for sure in the top 24. The rest depends how Hollywood goes. The only one that I think is for sure not going to survive Hollywood is Claudia and possibly Country Boy. You
say that, but could happen.
The children of celebrities never make the live shows.
I remember when Nikki McKibben's son auditioned.
Yeah, he made it. He didn't even make it to Hollywood Week. He was cut in that round in the airplane hangar.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. That was the most awful cut ever on the show.
You're saying that after Jack's elimination?
I was gonna say Hollywood Week, the
okay, Hollywood Week cut is fair. But actually, even that is not fair because Candace Glover was cut in Hollywood Week, and that was a fucking travesty.
Well, she got cut in Vegas.
Jax was on Ellen. We didn't even talk about that.
Jax was on Ellen.
I love Jax. Jax is. I went to her homecoming. It was the best. Their pictures.
I thought about it, but it was finals week at school, so I was swamped.
It's still on YouTube. Oh, I was talking about the Ellen. Like, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm all over the place today. In the chat, I think Country Boy goes deep. I don't know. I feel like
if this were The Voice, he would.
Well, if he was The Voice and he made like top 20, then I would say he would go. I feel like if he makes top 20, he is golden. But it just means it just depends on him making it there.
Yep.
But yeah, any final thoughts from you guys about the episode, the week, anything you kind of still want to touch on?
I saw a promo for one of next week's auditions, and it's like this homeless mom, and there's like tears everywhere. I'm like, oh, good God already. I hope she's good.
Me too. Anyway,
I'm Adam Samuel. You can find me on Twitter at AdamSoapbox, or on my website, AdamSoapbox.com and AdamCVblog.com, and my YouTube channel where I do book reviews, soon to be joined by a book by a certain skeleton. Anyway, Eric, where can we find you?
EricAsher.com, Eric_Asher on Twitter, and bit.ly/EricLawVids.
And where can we find you, Grace?
Reality2_Grace on Twitter. I don't know what's happening with my fantasy game right now, but I'm waiting for us to redo season 29 again so I can give AJ McLean all the 10s he deserves.
Does Carol Baskin get a 10?
She's not in it.
What? But no.
We cut it down to 11 couples, and she was not chosen. No, they're thinking because we're redoing season 27 next, and we're thinking that Bobby Bones won't get picked. I'm like, can he, just so I can give him straight ones?
That's so not fair. Come on, Carol Baskin is the greatest talent of our generation.
Okay. And for all of you who are joining us back who did not watch Dancing with the Stars coverage or AGT coverage, this is what you missed. A lot of it.
But hey, I won the draft, so it's okay.
And I lost, but I went down with Carol Baskin, so that's all that matters.
And with AGT, we all lost. So, yay.
All right, guys, this was so much fun. Next week, have you heard anything about anyone else to talk about, or any big names floating around?
I think we'll just save it for next week. I'm not watching any previews, so.
Well, there was the one contestant whose name I butchered, but
yes, there was, and we're gonna see what I can do about that.
Oh God. Was there anyone? I actually did hear one name that I kind of want to really briefly talk about. We get one every year, an AGT Golden Buzzer on American Idol. Have you heard?
Amanda Mena, right?
Yeah, I vaguely remember her. Yeah, I feel like this is becoming an archetype of its own, where AGT Golden Buzzer on American Idol.
Yep.
Wait, who are we talking about?
Mel B's Golden Buzzer from Shin Lim season.
Oh, I didn't watch that season.
Okay.
Was she good? I don't really remember her all that much. Was she really good? And
I liked her. I'm excited for her.
Did she make finale
of AGT? I don't think so.
Well, we will have to look forward to that. But until now, I guess that's it for this episode. See you next time.
Bye. Everybody.
Good night.